So what are you guys doing currently for like lead generation, for like marketing and prospecting in your businesses?
I just started doing Popeyes.
Love that. I,
Yeah.
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 How are those?
They're fun.
Yeah.
I got two different ones going. One for my sphere and my sphere with my past clients,
Mm-hmm.
and another for farming. So two different ones.
Awesome.
What is it, a Popeye?
Mm-hmm. So it's just like dropping little like gifts on people's doors. And so Kathy Hall in our office is a really great resource. That's who I order mine from too. And she can do like little like scent packets. She can do like measuring spoons. She can do like holiday wreaths and stuff. She has a ton of different things that she can create. And then you just order like bags on Amazon. They're thin. They're probably like 10 by 6 or something, and they have a hole in the top, and they're clear, just like cellophane, not cellophane, clear plastic bags. And so you can just put like what Crystal did the other day was,
Door hangers.
and
That's
just put
funny,
like a little
that's
recipe in
exactly
there.
Thinking of doing, I wanted to create like a little package of goodies so I could use it as a way of reaching out to people as an opener conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
So who is it? And she's an agent in our office?
She works with Keisha Wagner.
Okay, so who is this?
Kathy Hall.
And
I
for
can
the-
send you
for
guys
the
her
beginning,
information.
For January, she does things like in themes. So January is going to be rolling into the new year, and it's going to be a lint roller.
Oh.
And it's just a cute little, and I think
That's what I need.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does a great job.
I love that.
She's
So
been
you'll
doing
send
that
her
for years,
contact
so yes.
information?
Yeah, I can email that to you today.
Okay.
Yeah, so pop buys are a really great way to do that. And in doing that, you can use that for like just dropping them off if you don't necessarily want to have conversations with people. Or you can use that as, like Robin said, an opportunity to talk to people. So you can door knock with those and say, especially if it's like around your neighborhood, and just say like, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm one of your neighbors. I live just right down the street. My name's Casie Crawford. I'm a real estate agent, and I just have a little gift for you. I hope you have a really great holiday with your family. And like, it doesn't have to be anything like, are you selling your house soon? Or like, have you heard about the real estate market? Like, it doesn't, unless it organically like turns into a bigger conversation like that, just simply getting in front of people is really good, because once you make that first contact too, you probably don't have to like door knock after that. You could just start sending out like postcards or some kind of mail out, or like a letter or a card or something, and they're going to recognize you because they've already met you. And I think that that's probably a much faster way, because mail outs are usually like long game, right? Like people don't start recognizing you if you're simply just sending something in the mail for like at least 4 to 6 times of seeing your face. And so them meeting you in person, they're much more inclined to recognize when something comes back because they've actively met you in person before and they know your name. So definitely a really good idea to incorporate that with like door knocking in your neighborhood. Or even them just being something that's like more memorable than a postcard, even every other month. When you're doing mail outs, I highly recommend having like a 6 to 12 month plan in terms of what you're going to be mailing out, just because, like I said before, it takes a while for people to start recognizing you. So what a lot of agents do and where they go wrong is they send out like one thing and then they never follow up. They don't send anything after that. They're not consistent with what they're sending. And you can have some kind of like plan. I know, Becky, you were doing like mailing out postcards with recipes, right? Like, how cool would it be to just order from Vistaprint like 100 recipe cards, like 12 different orders of 100 cards with different recipes on it. And then you have your entire year already done and ordered. Super easy.
That's probably cheaper too, because I was using, it was a company, so they mailed them for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I uploaded my list, but it gets pricey. It's like $300-400 a month.
Yeah.
This different would be a lot cheaper. I need to get myself.
Kathy Davis actually sent me, and I can, let me look. She sent me a company the other day that she started using for farming, and each one is less than $1. And it includes postage.
That's the one I was using.
That's the one you were using
It
too?
was less than $1, it included postage. And that's why I went with the company, because I was feeling like it was cheaper than if I went and bought like
Right.
postcard stamps, and I was like, well, these aren't cheap.
Right.
So
Was
with
it,
the,
was it Hot Cards by chance?
It's not Hot
Okay, 'cause
Cards.
I know Hot Cards does that.
let me see where
Let me check my email real quick from Kathy.
I feel like mine is personal marketing company.
Maybe she texted
Yeah,
me.
personal marketing company is who I used.
I don't think that's who.
And it was
Kathy used.
460, I did the smaller ones, I lied on the cost, but 460 was $267.
Kathy used prospectsplus.com. Prospects is plural. So even setting something like that up monthly, if you want your time back, as opposed to spending your time on delivering things or creating and ordering things, it's my understanding that they design it and then they'll send it to you to approve it. And then you just give them the addresses of where you want everything sent to. So super easy way to start marketing with that. That's probably a little bit more like costly than some other lead generation ideas, like obviously like open houses, calling and contacting your sphere, social media, that type of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely worth it after a few months. I know Keisha had started doing mail outs, and then I think it was like at our sales meeting last month. She was like, I'm finally starting to get like a pretty decent return on doing these mail outs after like 6 months. So sometimes don't get discouraged when you start, just keep it going, because eventually people will start recognizing your face and like associating you with the market expert in their area. That's how people like win areas. Like when you hear people like, oh, this person owns this area, or like this person like is like the main realtor in this area. It's because they like infiltrated that area. And anybody can do it. It's not hard. It just takes some time, and you just have to build relationships.
And it has to be genuine too.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to say that you are the expert in such and such market when it's easy, I shouldn't say that, I should say it's easier if it's somewhere that you live and work and, you know, are a part of the community,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yep. What else have you guys been doing for lead generation?
I had this thing that I thought would be a really good idea. I have not done it, but I think if somebody did it, it would be super cool.
Mm-hmm.
For like your neighborhood in particular, sending out a letter and saying, hey, I'm trying to, or if you have like a neighborhood Facebook group even, I'm trying to compile holiday recipes for whatever holiday you celebrate, all of them into a cookbook. I think we were talking about that in my golden letter class.
I'm definitely gonna get that together, I don't think I've had enough time for the holidays. but
Yeah.
Ooh,
But
like so
basically
one for each
saying-
holiday?
Yeah, any holiday recipes that you have, if you send them to me, I'm planning to bind them into a book nicely.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I have that ready and you could have a copy of it if you were interested.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that, like, please email them to me at this
Mm-hmm.
email. And then you get their information, you're giving something back to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can get things bound at Office Max for like real cheap.
Oh yeah.
I
So-
wasn't even gonna do like holiday specific, I was just, because I didn't wanna put myself, although I probably should, I didn't wanna put myself on a very specific, like, I need to get out, like, in case something came about. So I'm just gonna try to do it and like target for like spring.
Yeah. Or like how cute would it be if you did like even like an appetizer cookbook,
Mhm.
and you did like 2 appetizers for every holiday throughout the year?
Yes.
Like, you know, like Easter could be like deviled eggs and some kind of like bunny something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like cute that you could do with kids, or
If you
like
think about it, like how many people do you know who don't like to eat? Not very many.
I love
So
to
that's
love to
something
eat.
that's- I personally really love to eat.
Same.
Um, But I'm just saying, like, think about that, the ways that you can get in contact with the people that you want to be your clients in the future, that is going to seem like genuine, relatable,
Mm-hmm.
and something that everyone is going to be like, oh, wow, that is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Christmas cookie recipes.
Yeah.
Or like anything like that. Just little stuff like that.
Yeah. Another thing you could do in your community too is just send out newsletters, and you can either create them or you can find some that are like already pre-created. But how cool would that be if every month you sent out like a newsletter that had like things going on that month in the community, like 2 recipes or something, or like something for the holidays, events in Cleveland that are coming up.
You could do like a business spotlight, like a local business
Mhm.
spotlight.
Like there's a ton of stuff that you could put into a local newsletter and then just print it and fold it up and mail it out to everybody. Super easy. Or put them in the little clear things and just go hang them on everybody's doors. It'll take you an hour. Like, I don't know. And also related to food, I just thought of this.
So glad.
Oh, so much
We
food
love food.
things. Everything revolves around food in my life. What if you did like in the summer, like a block party? Like and how inexpensive would that be to like just be like, we're cooking out like hot dogs or like a 4th of July party or something. All you have to do is get a permit with the city. Might cost a little bit of money to do that. But like if you have like all of your neighbors come attend that and you're just like cooking out and giving out hot dogs and like you just have like soda or like whatever, or if you want to give out like, I don't know if you want to have beer or something, but like how cool would that be? And then you actually get to meet people, put a table out there that has like your business information, stuff I'm buying, stuff I'm selling, your business card, and like some other, maybe like a newsletter or something.
Brand the bottled water. Or
Yeah,
something with
you
your
can get stickers
stuff
off of
you can
Zazzle for super cheap with your information and your logo and stuff on it. Zazzle.com is a really good promotional website. Zazzle, Zazzle. That's actually where I buy I get like little stickers to put on the front of wine or champagne bottles for my clients for closing that say like perfectly paired with a new home, or congratulations on your new home, or you know, popping bottles or
one label on Etsy.
yeah, it's like I think it's like $6 for 6 of them or something. They're like not even $1. Yeah. And they have a ton of templates that you can pick, and you can
Love that.
there's a million things that you can design on there. So like you can do like wine and champagne bottles, you can do water bottles, you can do just like cards of sorts. Like you
That's
can
awesome.
mhm,
I've never used that.
mhm.
Love that idea.
Is that
Yep.
a free website or?
Yep, it's free. And they always have like promotions and stuff. So when you sign up, I had put my phone number in there, and then they text me every time they have like a 50% off. And so I can like go on and like if I need something, go on and order through there. So Zazzle's a really good way for just like marketing promotional products. Yeah.
What are some, so like, these are all some like, long-term, like, get yourself into the neighborhood, be in the
Mhm.
know, like, establish yourself as a resource. But like, let's think of some ways that we can like quickly get leads, like if you need business right now, like what does that look like, do you think?
I think generally, maybe not in December, but like starting after the new year, open houses, because I feel like a lot of people aren't, it's like, it's been real cold out. And so people aren't necessarily inclined to like leave their house if they don't need to. But I think once the holidays are over and people like start continuing their home search, because realistically, unless someone's like a super motivated buyer and they have to move right now, they're probably not wanting to move over like the winter holidays, right? Like I wouldn't if I didn't have to. So open houses are a really great way to do that. And obviously our office is always really, really listing heavy. So if you ever need an open house, just check the MLS for the active listings, which is super easy to do. All you have to do is go under where you would normally search residential, just search office. And our office code is 9181. And then it'll bring up our office name. And then there will be a little line that says our active listings. And just click that, and then all of our office active listings will be on there. just go through, you can see where they are, how much they are. So if you're wanting to be like in a certain area, just open it up, give that agent a call. They're in our office. Just say, hey, I'm in your office as well if you don't know that person already. And say, I was wondering if you were open to me holding an open house at your listing at 123 Main Street this weekend. The chances of them saying no is very small because they also want someone to bring a buyer to their listing. It's free marketing for them. So that's a really great way to get quick buyers. Another thing that I usually highly recommend is, I don't know how many of you partner with Divvy, but doing Divvy posts on Facebook Marketplace. You will literally get anywhere from like 5 to 15 people responding on Marketplace saying, you know how you can, like, when someone has something on there, you can say like, is this still available? You'll get people almost every single day asking if it's available. And those are people that are actively wanting to move because they think that you have a house for rent to own, which you do. It's just not a specific house. They get to pick their own home. Of course, they have to qualify, but that helps you be able to open up that conversation. When they respond, you can do like a Google form, like an intake form, and say, please fill this out so I can better help you. So I know where you're at in terms of your home search and like what your needs are.
So when you register with Divvy, right, as an agent,
Mhm.
and then you're doing something through Divvy to put it on the marketplace?
Nope. So I just create in Canva, just like I use a stock photo of the outside of a house, not anything like crazy that people would be like, I can't afford that $5,000 a month rent. And then in front of it, I just do bold letters that say like rent to own. And then underneath, I put my contact information and say, if you'd like more information on rent to own, please contact me at phone number or email. And then in the body of the post, you can put the basic qualifications that Divvy gives you for like minimum 550 FICO score, 2% down, that kind of thing. You can put those in there, and you can even put your application link in there too. That brings them to Divvy to apply under your name so that it doesn't go to another agent. And then they can go on there and apply. And when they go on there and register, you get a notification that someone went on there and registered. And then at that point too, you can also say, I'd love to have a conversation with you about what your goals are. When's a good time for me to give you a call? Easy way to grow your database. I know I had Journey start doing that, and he's like, I get like anywhere from like 15 to 25 people a week, at least, just inquiring. And even if those are people that don't end up turning into like clients right now, it's building your database. Those are like maybe someday people. When I had restarted my business, like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, almost, that was the biggest thing that I did. And my first closing ended up coming from someone that wanted to rent to own, but ended up being able to qualify to buy when I got back into it, like 2 months in. So it's just like, you just have to stay consistent with it, because eventually someone will be ready. What else?
I have a question back to the MLS thing.
Yeah.
Where do you find, like, I put in office and it brought up our office address.
So if you search and then go to the drop down for office and then do office ID 9181.
It brings up our office.
And then click 9181.
Oh, gotcha, thank you.
Yeah, so right now we have 96 active listings in our office. That's a lot. We have 140 agents and 96 listings. That's sweet. Like, that's a really good number of listings for how many agents we have here. So there's definitely not a lack of opportunity in terms of being able to hold open houses. It's just reaching out to those agents to hold them.
What else? What ideas do you guys have?
What are you guys doing currently for your past clients? Is there anything you're doing
I like that
specifically?
Magazine.
American Lifestyle?
Yeah, I do American Lifestyle.
How do you find that to be working out? Do you get like a decent amount of business from it?
Well, people are like so impressed with it.
Yeah,
They're
it
like,
looks very nice.
oh my God, this is so cool. Cause I say I'm going to send out cards and stuff, but I'm really bad at it.
There's
And
actually
so that's
another,
a way that keeps me in line.
yeah, there's another company that's actually way cheaper than send out cards, and it's called AM Cards. And I just signed up for it, and it's $40 a month. They had waived the like setup fee, which was like $259, and it's month to month, so there's no contract. They give you for $40 20 cards a month, and that includes postage and everything. And they have the designs on there. You can write like handwrite letters and upload it in there so that you can put it into the card. You can handwrite your signature and upload it so it looks like you personally signed the card. I would look into AM Cards also if you're looking for some kind of like card follow-up system.
Yeah, my handwriting's not very nice.
That's okay. They have a ton of fonts on there too, so you could always just do like a script font.
Right.
That seemed, Rick and I had signed up for it at Bold because we're like, this seems way more affordable than, because send out cards is a lot of money. It's a great company, but it's a lot of money. I think referrals, especially if at some point you want a referral based business, starting to do something or like set up some kind of either like referral program. And you can literally create like an actual program and market it as a referral program. So like I can do like I don't know, create some kind of social media post that says like launching my referral client program. And every time someone sends you a referral that you close, they get like a Cutco knife. And you can start, I mean, okay,
I thought in that last thing that we just got, it said we can't give anybody a referral gift unless it's licensed.
a referral gift?
Yeah. Is,
Really?
It has
The
to be under
broker-
$25, I think.
the broker
Well,
thing he
yeah.
sent about referrals and enhancement, no, not
Inducements.
Inducements.
It was in his inducement thing. I thought it said you can't give anything to a referral to somebody that referred you unless they're a licensed.
Yeah, you can't pay somebody in money,
Yeah,
for sure. You cannot pay somebody in money.
But you can give them
like a
gift card
gift.
or something.
I've done it where I just send like after the fact, after it's closed.
Mhm.
I don't send it out and say, hey, I think the difference is the context. So if you send out gift cards and be like, hey, or you send out a letter and say, hey, you can get this gift card if you send me a referral, that can be seen as an inducement.
Yeah.
I pulled up Rick's email. It makes it sound like we cannot do that.
Oh, really?
It says referrals are another topic that needs to be covered. This one is much simpler to review. You are not allowed to give any referral fee to someone who does not hold a real estate license. That means you cannot give any money to someone for referring their aunt, uncle, cousin, friend, coworker, unless the person referring is licensed, period, no exceptions. How about a thank you gift for referral? Can you give a $10 gift card or anything else of value? The state of Ohio is pretty clear on this. If it has value, you may not give it as a gift or referral unless someone with a real estate license.
So not even a gift. That's kind of insane.
It
Yeah,
is a
that's
little.
why I thought it was,
Like a referral fee, sure. Like that's reasonable.
you can give a closing
Huh.
gift.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can give a closing gift.
interesting. Well, scratch that.
Well, and I think too, like, if you could do it without doing it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you just send a card after somebody sends you a referral and just say, thanks, thinking of you, here's a gift card, because you're such a great past client.
Yeah.
Then it's just a client gift, and especially if you're like,
Yeah, because you're not.
if it's like $5 gift card to start, like that's what I've done in the past. It's just like, here's a cup of coffee on me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it's not an inducement for that one, but it's an inducement for further ones.
For the next one.
Because it says like that, the thank you gift,
It
because
could be
they're
seen as
not
that.
expecting a thank you gift.
But once they know they're gonna get a thank you gift, they
So
might.
Once they got one, they know going forward that then you would.
Yeah.
like,
I mean, but I think
Yeah.
that like the way to look at it is not making it a thank you, but just be like, hey,
Thinking of you.
thinking of you, here's a cup of coffee on me, hope everything's going well.
Yeah.
Cause then, it's not really a thank you gift then, it's just like, cause you do want to reward that in some way,
Right.
but you have to be careful with
How you're
how
doing
you're
it.
phrasing it, and
Yeah.
even if you're not trying to induce more referrals with that, if the appearance is that you're trying to induce more referrals with that, then technically you could get in trouble. So,
Yeah, you could just keep in track of like their like events. Kate said they would do the classes for like her brother's first aid and just sent them like hands-on gift cards and I just saw you had a baby.
Yeah.
Like, here's this gift card.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope this helps you.
I had one summer where I had like 4 clients that were all pregnant at the same time, like past clients. I was like, "Holy crap, why should we be selling all of your houses in the next year? Because your house is too small, and I know that because I sold it 2 5 years ago."
Yeah.
But so like I went to Target and literally got like the $5 board books, just like little baby stories. And I put it in a little bag and I dropped it off at each of their houses. You would have thought that I gave them $9 million. And they just appreciated it because it shows that you're paying attention to their life, not just when,
You need
you
something
need
from
something
them.
from them.
For sure.
I've done that. I've like, something I did that was a little creepy was I knew one of them was getting married and I like found their registry online.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can probably guess where people are registered for the most part. Like, there's always the big one. There's Target, there's, Bed Bath and Beyond. So like, there are some that are pretty common. I just searched for their name
Yeah.
and then, I found it and I sent them something from their registry just to be like, congratulations, So I think it's just about how you frame it and making sure that it just makes you a real person to them.
Yeah. I would
So,
agree. I think around the holidays, doing some kind of like raffle also, like if you maybe do like a raffle basket and do like a social media event around it, so that like, how sometimes you see like a giveaway, but it's like to register for the giveaway, you have to like tag another person, like and save this post, and do whatever, like a 3-step thing. Like find some local small shops that you can either like buy something cool from or like that'll donate so that you can also co-market with them. Because a lot of places, if you're going to be also marketing their company and a lot of people are going to be seeing it, they'll just donate things. So it's worth asking if they are open to doing any type of like donation basket for like a holiday basket, and doing some kind of like co-marketing with them, like a business to business is a really, really good idea. And then just blasting it all over social media. I know every time, like I know a couple other agents that do that pretty regularly, and they usually get anywhere from like 50 to 100 names every single time. I know Bella and Day team, they just did like I think like a wine and cheese event or something, but they got over 100 people's like contact information to be able to go back to and follow up with and add to their database.
So now, can you do that? I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody gives you that information, we have to look it up on the do not call list though, don't we?
No, not if they provide it.
But they're not providing their own. Somebody is referring them to you.
Well, they're just tagging someone else so that when that person sees that they were tagged, they can also register and then tag other people. So then you can reach out to them or you can put like, and also one of your things could be provide your phone number and email address,
Yeah,
like in
you
a
can
private
tag
message or
people, but then
something.
they have to like complete a form or
Yeah, like
whatever.
also have to do that, the same action steps. So that's a really good like lead generation thing that people do. I know Janice does her home buying seminar, and she's been doing that for a year. And she gets a pretty decent number of her clients doing that. And now people actually expect that she's doing it because she's been doing it for so long. But if you're like marketing that as an event on Facebook and you're just inviting everybody you know, think about how many people are just like curious on the process of buying a house. Like if you just do a Zoom and you literally just initially talk about like, what's the first step, what's the second step, what's the third step, and then like if you have questions about financing, maybe have a lender on the call with you also. They can pretty much take at least half of that time, and then you can do a 15-minute Q&A at the end because people obviously have questions about like, how do you handle this? Can I back out if I write an offer? Like people have a million questions on how to sell real estate or buy real estate or whatever. And how easy is that? If you do from like 6 to 7 once a month, it's literally an hour for like 5 to 10 new potential clients in the future to add to your database.
And as things continue to like open back up and we can be out places, like think about if you went to a local coffee shop and said, anybody who's here for my seminar, I'll buy them a cup of coffee. Like, but then they're happy because you're bringing more business into them. Like, you could even say, would you split the cost of a free cup of coffee with me? Because I'm bringing more people in.
Yep.
Like that goes back to that co-marketing and creating those relationships again too. That's huge.
Yep. Absolutely. What else are some good? Getting involved in your community is a really good way to network with people also. Whether you like go to church or if you're in some kind of like community club, if you go to your rec center, if your kid's in school, like there's a million things community-wise that you can get involved in. Just pick like one to start with, just so you can meet people and start becoming that like go-to real estate agent in that group and then expand it out. And people know people.
Even like libraries have classes and stuff sometimes too, and if you just start, or like they'll have like a book club, like do something that feels natural for you.
Yeah.
Is the key.
Over the holidays too, a good thing to do. There are a bunch of like boutique pop-up shops and stuff where literally you just pay $50 to have a table. You could get like your Popeyes and like put them in a cute little basket or something like that, or like in a little gift bag, and just have like, and just give things away to people, and then have information on buying and selling, have your marketing information there, decorate your table all cute.
You could even do like a raffle basket there that like they can leave put their information to register for the raffle.
And people will sign up if they think they're winning something cool, and they could do the raffle after. And you could say like, I'm going to do a live stream, add me on Facebook. I'd love to be friends and follow each other.
I feel like I need to be doing some.
Same. Same. Yeah. And that's like super low cost. You could probably do that entire event for less than $150, including like marketing materials, things to give away, and the cost of the table itself. Easy. And think about how many people go through those boutique things, like tons. Those are like hot commodities in every city. People love supporting local businesses. And when you go there, the last time you went to one, how many real estate agent tables did you see? None. People don't do it.
That's smart.
Last time I went to Summerfest, I saw one real estate agent table, and that was the only outdoor festival that I had ever gone to that I saw a real estate agent have a table. And they don't care. They just want people to have tables there. They make their $50 and they're good. So that's a super easy way to not only connect with people, but, or if you do like newsletters, have your newsletter there, have like things in the community that are going on, and recipe cards or your books. What else? You did Crystal, you had done a billboard before, right?
I did.
How did that go?
I actually liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it for a lot of reasons. I had one client off of it though, but I liked it because it, people remember that. You know, I've had people that may not have called me at that moment,
Mhm.
but have referred to it later
Mm-hmm.
in conversation. So just to get, and what I do, I like what I started to do is get the same picture everywhere. So therefore, when you see, because you may not recognize the name, but you'll know the face.
Mm-hmm.
And I even tried to get, advertisement, well, and you know how in CVS, they have like the little thing that has, so I went in there, they don't have it anymore, so I was thinking about doing it in the mall or something, just to have my face. I just wanted to be where people were like, see her everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know?
how much is a billboard?
That's not bad. Oh, 500 a month. Okay. Yeah. Well, getting one client more than pays for that entire month.
Yeah, and you can find, and that was that specific one, you may be able to, and they have specials and everything. So it depends on the area. I was trying to find somewhere around here
Mhm.
to have one, because it's just about the recognition, it's just about the face where you were, "Oh, I see her name. She
Yeah.
must be good,"
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the stores like Giant Eagle and
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes,
Marks.
the shopping cart.
Yep.
They have them on shopping carts,
Yes,
they
I
have
got
them
their
like
number.
on where they put the like rentals and car magazines and all that, and it's always the same people I see on there.
But you know, those people have huge
But if it's
businesses.
the same people,
How do you
then
get
you
out
look
of there?
Yeah, you
Mhm.
need, they're in the spot, you can't have the spot.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten calls before for shopping carts and stuff. I didn't end up doing it. You'll randomly start getting calls from like different marketing companies that'll start offering those things to you. Like for in the summer when golf courses are open, you can like sponsor a hole, and you'll be on like the scorecard. Mhm. There's a ton of different stuff like that.
Calls from churches about
Yep.
paying for space in their bulletin,
Yep.
which felt like really disingenuous to me since I don't go to church there.
Mhm.
But like if for your church,
Yeah.
if they do something like that, I mean,
You can also, I know like Planet Fitness has like TVs in there. You can also get like advertising spots on like their TV as they just kind of go through. There was,
joining Chamber of Commerce or something like that within your
Mhm.
community, because then, they have sponsorships sometimes available for community events that they hold.
what was the thing that your church is? Oh, okay. You guys probably won't like this one, but funeral homes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know somebody has. a funeral
Sorry.
home. They already have somebody that's,
But sometimes they
You've got
do.
estate sales, you've got,
Mhm.
someone passes away, the estate needs to be sold,
Yeah.
the house needs to be sold.
And if you have a partnership with that funeral home
Yeah.
in some capacity,
I
If
thought
they
you meant,
still
like,
have-
putting, like, advertising at the
no, partnering with
I
like a
was ready to,
specific.
like, disown you as a friend.
Oh my gosh, I'm not a bad person like that.
So skeevy, like, I would not be able to talk to you.
sorry.
Just put like the billboard in front walking in like, do you need a hug?
I
Like,
agree, relationships though.
yeah,
Relationships with attorneys,
Mhm.
relationships with, because divorces happen,
yeah.
I used to, it was this company that's called, I think it's All the Leads or something like that, and they are like more so probate.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you, leads of people that, you could do probate or you could do divorces, whatever you decide. And they'll give you, their information, the contact person of the person, and you call and try to, what they teach you to do is to call and, say, hey, if you need clean out or something like that, that can help you. Not necessarily I can sell the person's house, but what you're needing, I have a crew that can, help and assist you with that and
Yeah.
get in that way, so.
And even going to estate sales are very commonly posted in like newspapers or like on upcoming events on like social media and stuff. Go to the estate sales. 9 times out of 10, like somebody probably inherited that house. Like if someone passed away and they're just trying to like sell all of their things, they'll probably have some kind of like company like that come in and like price everything for them and then take everything else and sell it at like, there's a like a resale place called All Things for You in Lakewood, and they'll come out and do like a whole haul of it, and they charge like a percentage, and then a consignment store, they'll sell like all the rest of it. But the people that are selling that stuff or like that own that house and just want to get rid of their like family members' things, they may not have thought about what they're doing with the house after they sell all the stuff. So like that's a really good conversation too.
How did you know who to talk to there?
You just go and ask who if the owner's there.
On the, it's public record
Mm-hmm.
that tells you who's the person that actually is it the executive of the state, something like that?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you find these people maybe out of town, so they technically don't want what's going on, the
Mhm.
home. They may have their own, but they're not fighting, or it may be a family that may need to split, the proceeds. So it's public record, but the company that I was with, they actually gave you all that information. So you didn't have to search for it, you just had it.
Yeah.
And then it'll tell you like when and how long, like it'll tell you like when the person passed away. And,
Is that something you paid for?
yeah, it wasn't, I can't remember because it was a long time ago. But it was too much legwork for me to do. It was too much because you had to keep on. And I was just getting started. I'm like, okay, I needed to do it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the thing is everybody's gonna find the thing that they're comfortable with and that works for them and that is good for them, like
Yeah.
like I saw your face, you wouldn't be comfortable with that. But you might be comfortable having a relationship with like a probate attorney
Mm-hmm.
and then saying, hey, if I know of somebody who's selling a house and they need your services, I'll refer them, and vice versa. Because then it's a softer touch of they have like, he says, hey, can I have my friend who's a realtor call you?
Mm-hmm.
They even give you the name of the attorney. And you can actually call, because I call some of the attorneys to try to get a relationship with them, send them things in that way, or something like that.
Yeah. And back to what you were saying, that's why it's important to pick like 2 to 4 like niche. Is that how you say it? Niche ideas. I never know.
I think it's niche.
Right? 2 to 4 things that you're like comfortable doing that you can be like good at doing and master it. Because if you're trying to do too many things at the same time, you're not going to be great at any of them because you're spreading yourself too thin. You're going to be all over the place. That's just like human nature. Nobody can do like all of that. So just pick a few that you're comfortable with doing and figure out a plan or a system for them on a monthly basis. And then at the beginning of each month or like the end of the prior month, come up like figure out how you want to do each one each week. When I was doing like my marketing, I was printing out just like a calendar, and then I would put my 4 things on the side, and then for each one I would decide what days I'm doing them and come up with a plan for each so that you have a very specific plan of what your month looks like. You know exactly how much you're going to be spending on your marketing so you can budget appropriately. And then you can focus your time on like growing those 4 things instead of having those 4 things and then trying to implement 2 more and then trying to implement 2 more, because it's just going to feel like chaos. And then you're going to have analysis paralysis, and you're not going to be winning at any of it. So just bring it back to the basics. Sometimes less is more.
I'm just kind of bumping along, right? I mean, I want to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
I am bumping along just fine with every, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be coming up, all of a sudden something.
Mm-hmm.
I went and got my teeth cleaned the other day, and I'm sitting there, she goes, what's up, like, so what's new? I'm like, oh, I just got my teeth cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, shoot, I just bought a house.
Yep, that
I'm like,
happens a
okay.
lot.
And then she goes, but can you sell a house? I'm like, yes, I can sell a house.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I'm going to be listing my house in the spring.
Oh,
I go, I would love to list your house.
yeah.
See, but Robin, like you say, you're not doing anything, but you are,
Every
because
That's
all you do
networking.
is network.
Yeah.
Every single day,
Every
you
day,
are
all
networking.
day, every minute.
And you're
I
like a
network.
master networker.
Thank you.
Like, this woman just knows everybody and talks to everybody and.
You can just
A
walk
lot.
along doing it, yeah,
Yep.
and you can just.
But I think that like really ties a bow on it, because if you think about it, these are the things. Like if you do these things in purple, then all of these things
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a secret agent. Wear your name tag. I wear my name tag. I've
Yeah.
given my cards to cashiers before because they
Mhm.
see I have like the realtor R on my winter coat.
Yeah.
And if I'm just wearing an outfit, then I still have my name tag on because it looks like that I just was
at work and forgot to take it off because I'm so busy.
Yep.
But I've given out, business cards that way and I have listed a couple houses that way. So it's just like, you know, that's the consistency, picking a niche, relationships with other professionals, relationships with your sphere, relationships with your past client, maintaining all of that. So that's like kind of, the purple is like the thing. That's what you need.
Mhm. Did you guys find this helpful?
Very.
Great.
Love that.
Any final thoughts?
Belinda, do you have any questions about anything?
Actually, can you guys speak to like the Zillow Premier Agent program?
I'm part of it.
Does it work for you?
Yes, it did, very well. So,
Get used-
But you're not in it anymore?
I'm still in it.
Oh, okay.
I'm still in it. I won't get rid of it because it's really good. It's just I've been in it a whole year now. Okay, so I think it has its valleys. And I think we're in a valley right now. But when it's up and it does really well. And
All right, I'm gonna log off.
I say that
Can you
I
take a
have
pic of the
maybe-
board? I can do that. What's your
most of
cell
my
phone?
clients was
Okay,
really well.
hold on. Yep, I'll take a
And
picture
I
of that
would-
and send it to
I
you.
would love to be able to tell you, but it's really good. I probably get,
No
I was getting
problem.
so many back, but I just couldn't even answer the phone.
Have a good day.
And they were
And their
good
quality, they were
Yes.
quality